the health aspect of it is a byproduct of doing what is ethically right.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
So recently we had one of you on Snapchat request a video response to EVA Longoria.
She is going into, well actually she's in at the moment, a vegetarian cleanse for about 21 days.
Yes, so I think by the time we're recording this video she's towards the end of that cleanse, but we thought it would be good to respond to it because we hear about people wanting to do some kind of cleanse all the time.
Yeah, because we ourselves have undergone cleanses in the past.
Yes.
We've worked as cleansing consultants at a detox spa.
Yeah. And
so we've got a lot of experience. We
have, and so we wanted to approach this response video from our own perspective because we've also been on a diet full of meat, dairy and eggs like most people.
And we've also had a vegetarian diet and a vegan diet.
Yeah, so we've done the cleansing, we've done the diets. Let's have a look at what she's talking about in her Snapchat and respond to it so that it helps other people who may also be thinking about doing some kind of diet cleanse to get, I guess, the two main reasons that people
for weight loss and to, you know, cleanse out toxins, so to get healthy.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look. All right, she's at Shake Shack, and she's kind of like banging down the doors. I don't know, has she already started the cleanse? Is she already on a diet? She looks hungry.
So, I'm waiting for Shake Shack to open. That's how much I love it. They're open.
Okay, she's pretty worked up, she's pretty excited.
Alright, a burger at 11 o'clock in the morning, wow.
And this is what we hear all the time. Yes. I'm going on a cleanse at 11:30, so I'm going to stuff in as much as I can at 11 o'clock.
Which is interesting, because what you're stuffing in at 11 o'clock is obviously what you're trying to cleanse out at 11:30, so why stuff it in there in the first place?
Exactly.
We have been there, we have done that. I think everybody who has done a cleanse experiences that.
Yeah.
The first time we did that was when we were, well, I guess we were forced to be vegetarian. We were living in an ashram in India.
Yeah, well, and we knew that we had to adopt a vegetarian diet for our time in the ashram. And so immediately prior to going in, wow, did we load up on animal products, meat, dairy and eggs, thinking where are we going to get our protein for the 3 months that we're going to be in there.
That's right. I mean, specifically meat, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're vegetarian, it's just that you're not eating meat.
That's true.
So we didn't know if we were going to have dairy or eggs in the ashram, and as it turned out, it was pretty much a vegan diet anyway. But we knew that we weren't going to eat any meat, so we were just like loading up on meat and also alcohol, because there was no alcohol obviously in the ashram.
And also we had to adhere to celibacy during our 3 months there, so we're also, you know where we're going with that one.
Everything that we had to let go of, we made up for before going in there.
Yeah. Yeah, you see how she sort of can't meet the eye of her audience. She's sort of looking this way, that way.
It doesn't even make sense to herself.
No, exactly. But also she's feeling a little, maybe guilty?
Probably guilty because she knows she's putting crap into her body. She's not really feeling guilty for the animals or what she's doing to the environment. She's like, oh, I'm having all this junk and then I'm going to try and cleanse it out.
Yeah, and she also refers to it as fun.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, isn't it, that we refer to the murder of innocent beings as fun, and that's just because we've all been indoctrinated into carnism, the belief system that it's normal, natural and necessary to eat animals.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, we've heard this again so many times from people when we were working as detox consultants at a spa, a detox spa. We would hear people talking amongst each other. So-and-so stopped at Burger King before she came over to do her detox. So people were doing this. They're loading up on that food.
Yeah, just as we did, just as Eva's doing now.
It's just typical behaviour because everybody's thinking, how on earth am I going to get through this time?
I'm going to be deprived.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, when you look at it as just purely a diet of I'm leaving all of my favorite foods out for a certain period of time, it does feel like deprivation.
And it's also not understanding that you can have the vegan plant-based versions of all of those favorite things during that time.
That's right.
You know? This was exactly us before going into the ashram. Exactly us. How are we going to do this?
Yeah. And as you were saying before, she's thinking again, it's just a diet, it's deprivation. How am I going to let go of these burgers that I love so much? Or have the plant-based alternatives that are not going to cause you, you know, all the health problems and weight gain that eating regular meat burgers are. So you don't have to give them up, you just have to change the source of where those burgers are coming from.
Exactly. And just to clarify, we're not talking about deep fried junky vegan burgers. We would be talking about something made from whole plant foods like, you know, beans, lentils, mushrooms.
Grains, oats, those kind of burgers are absolutely delicious and they are actually good for you.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm going out with a bang. I'm going out with a bang.
We've so been there.
We have been there. And unfortunately, Eva, who went out with a bang was the cow that you're eating. They literally went out with a bang as a bolt gun smashed through their skull.
Yeah.
That's the bang.
That's right.
You know.
This very much reminds me of AsapTHOUGHT's 21-day vegetarian experiment.
Yeah.
They went into it without the education about the ethics, the health and the environmental aspects of diet.
Yeah.
And you know, that's where people fall down,
yeah,
isn't it?
It makes it really, really hard to stick to, and it feels like something awful for that period. So when you're doing it for more than just your own health, it's like the health aspect of it is a byproduct of doing what is ethically right for animals, other people and the planet we all collectively share.
And it doesn't matter what type of cleanse you're doing, whether it's a juice cleanse, raw food cleanse, a colon cleanse, a master cleanse, whatever the kind of cleanse, and we've done a lot of them, the problem is still the same. You're going to inevitably probably return to the type of diet that involve meat, dairy and eggs that you're eating before the cleanse afterwards. So they're short-term measures. That,
it's like a quick fix, but it doesn't really fix anything beyond you know, doing it.
Exactly, and a lot of people do it, as we said, for weight loss. Well, of course, when you restrict your calories, you're going to lose weight. But then if you return to eating those same types of calories afterwards, you're going to regain all of that weight and then some.
Yeah. And quite often any health benefits that are gained during a cleanse are simply because that person has stopped eating meat, dairy and eggs and processed food and oil and all of those kind of things that cause the problems in the first place. But again, you go back to the same diet, you're putting those problems back in. So it's a band-aid solution for a very short period of time. So what you want is a
lifestyle change.
Exactly.
And you want that lifestyle change to involve a diet that in itself is cleansing.
Yes, get to that in a moment. All right, so she is loving that cheese. Now here's the thing, Eva. We don't know exactly what you're eating on this 21-day cleanse because we've been following your Snapchat and you're not really showing anything. So we may have missed a few things, but we haven't seen exactly what you're eating and how much you're eating of it. But technically as a vegetarian...
you're still going to be potentially eating dairy and eggs.
So you could continue to have that stretchy cheese that you're enjoying so much on your cleanse.
Now here's the thing, if you're going to continue to include dairy, for example, well, we need to start thinking of dairy as liquid meat because it contains just as much saturated fat and cholesterol as flesh, and it's the saturated fat and cholesterol that clogs our arteries, causes heart disease, which is our #1 killer.
And
hardly cleansing.
Absolutely, and you're also eating the naturally occurring hormones in dairy.
That are designed for a baby cow, not a full-grown human adult.
That's right, so that really messes up with our hormones and it causes terrible conditions in our body like bad skin and obviously weight gain because it's designed to make a baby cow grow very big.
Some kind of cancers like breast cancer due to the IGF-1 growth hormone in dairy products.
So they're not cleansing foods. And the same thing for eggs. They are full of cholesterol, saturated fat, animal protein, all of which have been linked with some of our leading causes of death, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, some types of cancers. These are not cleansing foods. So from our experience, when we went from a standard diet to a vegetarian diet that was still full of dairy and eggs, we didn't feel any health benefits at all.
And I think a lot of that was because we compensated so much for the meat that we were no longer eating by increasing our intake of both dairy and eggs. And as we just said, you know, we were basically taking in the same amount of saturated fat and cholesterol. So why would we feel any better?
Yeah, we didn't. It definitely wasn't a cleanse from our experience. So what's the answer to all of this? As Lucas said earlier, you want your diet and lifestyle to be the cleanse. So it's not, I'm just doing this for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. It's, I'm doing this for life, not because it's restricting me, but because I want to eat abundantly of the right foods.
Yeah, and what are we going to call the right foods? Well, I think we should turn to science, and science is saying that if you want to reduce your risk of all-cause mortality, we're talking about a low-fat, predominantly whole foods, vegan diet.
Yeah, and the best part is that you don't have to approach this lifestyle, you know, with a deprivation mindset, because you're only giving up 4 things. Meat, dairy, eggs, honey.
Exactly, and technically, you're not actually giving up anything when you adopt a vegan diet. You're simply no longer taking that which is not yours.
That's right.
The animal's flesh and secretions.
That's right, but you have an abundance of whole plant foods to choose from, and because a calorie is not a calorie when we're talking about whole plant foods and comparing them to animal products, you don't have to restrict. So this isn't a diet where you're holding back how much you can eat.
No, it's a diet of abundance, but of the right foods. So we're talking about fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, leafy greens, and some nuts and seeds.
And some of the main reasons why whole plant foods are so cleansing because of their high water, fiber, and antioxidant contents.
Yeah, I mean, you can think of water and fiber as like the garbage men. They're taking the garbage out and making sure that toxins don't accumulate. And the antioxidants are taking care of the free radicals, which can cause, you know, precancerous cells to become cancerous.
Yeah. So, key point, takeaway message from this video, your diet is your cleanse for life when you're eating the right diet, which is whole plant foods. Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Leave your comments down below. Let us know what experiences you've had with cleansers and how you found them. What type of cleansers have you done?
Absolutely. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it around, especially with somebody that you know who is considering doing a cleanse. Let them hear this information first.
Yeah, feel free to share this with Gabby on her, it's a Desperate Housewives name, Eva, on her social media. We'll link it down below.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course hit that bell for notifications of our upcoming videos.
And remember until next time that going vegan is not the most we can do.
It's the least we can do. See you next video.
Bye guys. Tell us what happened.
Shit.
What is this?
Oh. Okay, so our last vlog was about my hair, and